Oh, what a coincidence. With everything going on with Indiana in the news, now star Caitlin Clark of the WNBA's Indiana Fever out at least 2 weeks with the left quad strain. Coach Stephanie White told reporters Monday she wasn't sure exactly when Clark was injured, but was told after the game she had something going on with her leg. An MRI confirmed the diagnosis. Clark's absence could wind up being a big blow for one of the league's title favorites. Okay. And she strained her left quad during Saturday's 90-88 loss to the defending WNBA champion New York Liberty. So I'll pull that up here on the side. And it was 90-88. Okay, and it looks like here's the game right here, 90-88. So Saturday, May 24th, they're going to play the Washington Mystics tomorrow. And look at all of these stories. First, you see Jim Irsay. He just died. Billionaire owner and CEO of the Indianapolis Colts. You see that? Now, another Indiana story. We just had the Indianapolis 500. Alex Palou wins. But Indianapolis, right? Indiana. Also, we just had this trending story. Katie Lou Samuelson, she was on the Indiana Fever last season. Now she's on the Seattle Storm, and she's out with an injury, a torn ACL. And she has that June 13 birthday, which is the same as Jim Irsay. Right? So all of this Indiana stuff going on. I don't know how much of this I can play because this is ESPN, but
Caitlin Clark will miss at least 2 weeks with a left quad strain. Wednesday's game at the Mystics will be the...
So she's averaging 19 points per game, tied for 8th in the WNBA in this young season. 9.3 assists, which leads the WNBA in 4 games so far.
First game she's ever missed, college or pro.
They're going to say it's the first game that she's ever missed, college or pro, this upcoming game against Washington. And what are you really going to be doing? Because it seems like when these players hit big, all of a sudden they say they're injured and then they just kind of disappear. What's really going on?
Here, Clark leads the W in assists this season, and the Fever, they now face a critical stretch.
And does quad kind of represent like 4? I know it's left quad strain, but quad, doesn't that refer to like 4? And it says in 4 games so far that she's played. These are her stats. Maybe that's a stretch.
Without their star.
Wow, they said stretch right as I said stretch.
A critical stretch without their star. Alexa Philippou covering the Fever for us this season and joining us now. Alexa, can you just shed...
I'm just kind of pausing it a little bit because I'm trying to get away with some of this footage, but I don't know if it's gonna fly.
Some light on when this injury actually occurred, and do you have any idea how serious is this?
Well, Malika, what we've been told so far by the team is that this is actually an injury that was separate from the quad tightness issue, as Caitlin Clark described it earlier in the preseason, that she dealt with before.
So I just wanted to show you just a little bit of that footage. Like I said, if I can get away with it. This is undeniable. This is what we're really here for. Left quad strain. Look at this is all done by the language. This is how they give us the story. You understand? This is a script and a story that they follow. And this is the all in one, the script and the story. Left quad strain in the language. These are facts. 211 and 85. Just like Caitlin Clark, 211 and 85. And even basketball equates to 85. You see that? Basketball has the 85. And you know, as far as the 211 left quad strain and Caitlin Clark, 211 is the 47th prime number. You see that right there? And is it Indiana? Oh, let me show you. 211 with left quad strain. You see the 47th prime number? Doesn't Indiana equal 47? Indiana equals 47. You see that right there? And look at how undeniable that is. Undeniable. I do the breakdown. I'm like, oh, here we go. Of course, this injury against the New York Liberty Saturday, 122 days after Caitlin's birthday. Her birthday was 122, January 22. Injured Saturday, May 24th, the day leaving 221 days in the year. That's 122 in reverse. She's even born in 2002. Look, it's a 2-point loss against New York when she strained her left quad. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? And injured on the day leaving 221, the 122 reverse. You know, you get the 2-2, born in 2002 like 22, 2-point loss, 122 birthday, 122 days after that 122 birthday. Wow, right? And yeah, I just caught the 2-point loss as well. Out at least 2 weeks with a left quad strain. 22 on the jersey, like 2. 2 weeks in the reduction cipher equals 20, like 2. Injured on a 20 date numerology, like 2. You see? The single digits, 5, 24, 20, 25. Single digits, 20. Isn't that amazing? New York Liberty in the ABC 123 cipher. 202, like 22. 2-point loss to the Liberty on Saturday. Look at the Fever's record as I speak right now. 2 wins, 2 losses. Easy money. Right? Think about this game against New York. Remember what's like one of the biggest stories out of New York? Remember back in 2001? Those buildings that they called the Twins. Remember that? Like two, even though there was three of them. Remember? But they talked about two. Remember that? What do you think about that? So that's undeniable with all of those twos. I've already documented it. This character in the number 22. Before the last birthday, she was 22 years old. Look at her salary, just over 78,000. And this injury against New York. New York's got the 78 right there. Right? Clark was not seen with her teammates at the end of practice and was not available for comment. Team officials said additional updates will be provided as circumstances warrant. And this was to be expected. Of course, you got to have the drama with these characters. And she's huge on the main stage right now. And this was last season's WNBA Rookie of the Year. She had 18 points and 10 assists Saturday in the loss. Right? Lost the ball on Indiana's final possession as she tried to take a three-pointer that could have won the game in the waning seconds. Afterward, her coach complained that New York was not called for a foul. Of course, right? And again, Indiana returns to action Wednesday at the Washington Mystics, and Clark is expected to miss that game, as well as the home contest against Connecticut and Washington, and Indiana's rematch at Chicago on June 7th against Clark's rival Angel Reese. Right? So, okay, so let's see what game is after the Reese game on June 7th. Let's see. Let's go. Okay, so what are we looking at here? Let's go back. Let's put Indiana Fever. So let's look for that June 7 game. Okay, so here's the Fever in the Sky. So maybe she comes back against the Atlanta Dream right here. We'll see what happens. I don't know. But let's just, we can just go over here. Let's enter this. Okay, I don't see anything spectacular there. Or there might be something, I don't see it. All right, so, right when I saw this was 122 days after her 122 birthday, I'm like, geez, undeniable, because I know she's missed 22. Now she's out at least 2 weeks. Okay, look at that, man. Wow, right? Oh, and don't forget basketball. Don't forget basketball equals 22. I showed you basketball has 85 like Caitlin Clark and left quad strain, right? See, basketball's got that 22 right there also. Okay? You want to know that. Basketball also has that 22 in it. So a simple, a nice, easy breakdown that's completely undeniable for y'all. Fever star Caitlin Clark out at least 2 weeks with left quad strain. We'll see if she makes her return against the Atlanta Dream. Even in this picture here, look at this character. I I should know who that character is, but look at that character has 20 on the jersey. You see that right there? I fairly recognize the character. I just can't think of the name right now. But look at that 20 right there. Is that I don't know who that is. But look at the 20 on the jersey right there. So you even get another 2. Okay? Easy money on this breakdown, y'all. Undeniable. This is a script. Remember, they let us know. They conditioned us with wrestling, pro wrestling, remember? They're trying to let us know this is a fake world we're all in. Okay? You get it? Until next time.